So good. We have a show October 4th. I'm going to be presenting a stand-up show, and I'm really dedicating to this. Like I want to call it Marriage Counseling with Richard Villa. And are you down to go on stage with me?
Of course.
Yeah? I was
dude,
thinking of doing something where maybe I bring you up in the show, and then we just give a platform to people to ask questions too.
Oh, yeah, for
We
sure.
just get 2 chairs up there and a microphone, and we can do this a little bit like this up there. You down?
Oh, I'm down.
All right, good. So even if you don't get your answers in or questions in, you can call us or you can see us at the show. But this is the number, by the way. The number you see back here, that is the number that's already connected to our audio. So if you call us and you say, hey, I have a question. Here's the question. Do you think he can help me with this? Or what do you guys think of this? Or what do you think I should do? So we already have some people that have been calling us and sending in their questions, and my producer over there has them. So do you want to start with some of the questions that people have been sending us?
We'll start with an easy one.
Easy one. Okay.
Come on. Okay,
Easy.
let's see. Is the price of an engagement ring important?
Ooh.
Like, what is the range?
Does
What-
that really show you how much he really loves you?
I mean, if you get, like, I've seen
God.
people at Walmart,
Oh, yeah,
and it's okay.
Yeah.
Just depends on your budget, no?
I'll let you.
No,
I'll
no,
let
go.
you me?
Well,
Okay,
yeah,
see,
let's
I
start
grew
it
up. I grew up in the Tom Likas era, where his theory was the bigger the diamond, the smaller the finger it's gonna go on, and the bigger the finger, the smaller the diamond. That was a really crude way of looking at it. Now, that benefited Rocio because I went and tried to get the biggest diamond I could find. Even though, look at this, I have a rubber band.
I know.
Yeah, but
No,
that's, like,
yours is
that's
metal.
like number 15. You've lost all your wedding
38,
rings.
38, number
That's
38. I lose them like everything, like every other weekend. So I just keep replacing them. But what do you think?
Well, I'll tell you this, a couple of thoughts on that. I remember reading a study, because, you know me, I'm always like, have people studied this dumb question or whatever? And they found an interesting correlation between the more you spend on the engagement, the more likely you are to divorce.
Oh.
And so that's it's
Don't take it off now.
Toxica.
Put it back on. Put it back on. No. You got to own it now.
No, I mean, I think
destined to
I'll say this. I think it's hinting at the fact that really wealthy people are getting married and they may not,
Really
it might not
mean
be
it.
working out,
Oh, okay.
and so, but they found that there is a correlation between
That's a
that.
better question. If you're broke, do you stay together more often than rich? Because you both have options, you understand? So if you both have money, you go, hey, I don't have to take this shit. I'm leaving. So if you're broke, you're kind of like, I guess we're fucked.
I know.
I guess we got to stick around.
Well, I'll tell you this. That's an interesting question too. The engagement one. Yeah, for me as a therapist, when I hear that, do you want to know what the first reaction comes to mind? It has nothing even to do with the ring itself.
No?
For me, in my head, I'm thinking it sounds like you're putting more emphasis on the wedding and not so much on the marriage. Because a lot of people are running to get married, but not very many people want to be married. Does that make sense? Like a wedding, you're running towards a wedding, but they don't realize that the marriage is literally the beginning.
I always thought that people, to distract themselves and avoid the real truth, will create other problems. Like, hey, the wedding. And they focus so much on the wedding to emphasize everything on the wedding. But realistically, they're like, I still haven't solved this problem with my husband yet, or my future husband, or I haven't dealt with the shit that I actually slept with his best friend, that I have to actually did this, and I actually did. I have all these skeletons in my closet. But if I focus on the wedding, I won't think about all this other stuff I need to let out before we get married.
Right.
Or getting pregnant.
Yeah.
Or
Having a baby.
Yeah.
You're already married now. Oh, my God. Now what's next? How do I cover it up? Let's have a baby.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens.
Let's have 2. Let's have 3.
Yeah.
And the sad part is too that a lot of people don't realize, look, if you have problems before you're married, marriage is like if there was a stereo and your problems were like the volume, when you get married, you're basically putting the volume up on those issues. They're going to magnify and become way more apparent to you after you get married. So
because there is no wedding to plan anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying about you directing your energy to, I need to do this. Why? Because I want to avoid this problem. Mm-hmm. You create other problems just so you can avoid the ones you have for yourself. Why? Because these are hard.
Oh, of course.
See, these are difficult to deal with. And me getting a new cake for the wedding is easy for me to deal with, and I will spend the entire Wednesday on that instead of thinking of the fact that I slept with his best friend.
Yep.
Should you get married? Should you get married if you get pregnant? Like, if you're not married, should that be like an ultimatum?
Gabby just asked, should you get married if you get pregnant? Like, should that be the defining factor, right? The next step, like, okay, she's pregnant, so I got to get married. Should that happen?
I think context is key. I can't just give like a blanket statement, but I
See,
will.
I always believe in that too. Hold on, this sounds like a setup.
Right.
But she's 16. Wait,
Right,
hold on.
Look, I'll say this. I mean, if it's a healthy situation, then that's like the natural progression, right? Let's get married. We are happy. We're pregnant. We're expecting. We're in a good place. Sure. If you're having issues and you get pregnant, you have to understand that now that this third person is coming into the picture, you need to make sure what's going to benefit the child best. If you guys are not in a good place to get married, go get counseling or start working on your marriage, because problems don't magically go away.
Okay, can we agree that a kid to be raised correctly needs a father and a mother
Absolutely.
to be a perfect balance?
Absolutely.
Can we all agree on that? That's the ultimate goal, right? Mommy, daddy, raise a kid, give them love, caring, affection, show them what we expect them to be as adults.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Okay. So that's the ultimate goal. We don't ultimately get what we want.
Absolutely.
Do you understand? So ultimately, this person is not the person I really love. But here comes this third person, right? I also understand, don't be in the marriage because you being upset and always unhappy with this person is not going to be healthy for this kid.
Right.
So sometimes your best bet too is to separate and go, you know what? I'm the poison. And I would respect more a father to say, you know what? He's better not having me around.
Right.
I'd rather not be around because I am the poison that's going to ruin this kid. Like, I'm always going to disappoint him. If I'm not around, it's like I'm dead.
Yeah.
He's never disappointed. But can you imagine telling him, I'm gonna pick you up tomorrow? And then tomorrow never comes, and then 3 months later, hey, I'll pick you up, and then never fucking picks you up.
Oh, God.
That's worse, dude. That's like beating after beating after beating after beating.
Yeah.
So does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
Just give up your rights, bro.
yeah, like
Give him
don't
up.
keep
Yeah.
abusing this kid and giving him hope all his life where
Right.
you show him every day you don't love him. Like every time you call him, you demonstrate to him, no, you're not loved. Not enough for me to go pick you up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just because you didn't hit him didn't mean you didn't hurt him.
Exactly.
Ouch.
Ow, that sucks. Bars. Oh, it's going to be in a rap song.
Been working on that one.
Yeah, that's important.
he recorded
Urban just got us in the heart.
Oh, bars.
That's,
Shots fired. There's some dads out there going, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
I think we just dropped a few viewers here.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit, really? Oh, my God, I'm sorry.
No, but I do want to send 760 Oceanside 422 some love. He says he needs a little healing, and it has like a little heart with little bandages on it.
That's good.
And also he says, hello to all the beautiful chubby girls with the pretty faces and good credit.
Shit. Smart man.
There
That's
you
a
go.
good businessman. I love
There
you,
you
man.
go.
He knows.
He knows his demographic.
Hey, worker market. That is crazy. So we went so far off from the engagement ring, but at the end of the day, does it matter? Does it really matter?
It has no bearing.
Let me
on the
ask you
marriage.
something. I have a friend that doesn't want to wear one because he doesn't like it.
Okay.
But the wife wants him to wear one. Okay? But he's like, I just don't like wearing wedding rings. I don't wear any rings. That's not my thing. That's not my style. You know what I mean? I know it's tradition, but I don't like wearing rings. I don't wear bracelets. I don't wear watches. I don't wear anything. So what do you do with that when the wife is going, look, I want him to wear a ring? Huh?
How important?
What happened?
See, red flag.
That's a red flag.
If
No,
it's-
hold on.
How important is it to her though?
Okay, so I'll
Right,
tell you this.
right.
He has never wore anything. He has this thing about wearing jewelry.
Oh.
It's
okay.
not just like, oh, I don't
Is
want to
he
wear.
allergic to it or something?
No, he just never wears a watch and never wears bracelets, never wear rings, just because it just doesn't like it. Like some people don't
Get
like.
a tattoo.
Look at you. Like, see, look at this attitude, toxic attitude over here.
Attitude.
Get it tattooed. Don't get it tattooed. Toxica number 2 over there. No, why?
I'm sure there was a conversation prior
what
to them
kind
getting
of
married. There has to have- there has to
primitive
be-
markings do you want on your husband? Well, this is my property. What kind of cattle shit do
Let me
you
tell
think?
you,
The market.
if you keep losing that ring, you better put my name on there and just tat it.
No, hola.
Are you talking about me?
No, I'm not talking about you. Not everything is about you. I have other friends. I have people I know. God, I don't want to say the name, but
really, I think there should have been a conversation prior to the marriage,
Oh,
prior
yeah.
to everything, like how
No.
this is gonna go. Like, do you need a ring? Because most of the time, like, most women want a wedding ring, right? But men,
do you need a ring?
do I need one?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm asking my wife.
Yes,
does she need,
I do. I like the way it feels. I like people knowing that I'm married. I like
No.
the
Do you like
security.
your husband to wear?
Oh,
do I have to
yes,
wear a ring?
Yes, you do.
See,
Yeah.
look at
And
this.
it's not.
look at this.
It's not for other people. It's just because it tells me that you care about us.
Right.
Yes.
It's not for other people. It's more.
Even
for,
though I keep losing them,
yeah, but I like that you keep buying them because it tells me that you care.
Yeah, look at that. I like that.
maybe this is the oats, the granola.
Yeah.
This is the granola. When I stop buying my wedding ring.
Oh,
when
that's
you
right.
know.
The video. Yeah.
Did you
is
guys
our-
talk about the video last time? I don't think you
The
guys did.
granola?
I don't
What
think
video?
we did.
No,
Huh?
you did not
the,
talk
the
about the
video,
video.
the granola one, the lawyer talking.
Oh,
I don't
we
think we ever showed
didn't.
that one, right?
You
I
know
think
what?
maybe you should bring that up right now and like speak about that, and then they'll understand what the granola means.
Oh, okay, the granola. We didn't show the
That's true. I
video,
don't
did
think we
we?
did.
Okay.
No, we didn't show the video.
So I'm gonna cut it really short, but it was just the lawyer basically asking her client, "When did you know this was over?" And this is very attractive in late 30s, and she said, "When did you know that the marriage was over? Like what told you this was over?" And she said, "I checked the granola, and there was no granola." He's like, "What do you mean there's no granola? What are you talking about?" He's like, "Well, he did this thing in our marriage where every time my favorite granola was running low, he would always replace it. And for some reason, that always told me that he was thinking about me and he loved me. So every time I saw the granola filled up, it brought joy to me, knowing that, wow, he's thinking of me. He's looking out for my good being or my good welfare." And so the granola was missing one night and there was no granola. What do you mean? Yeah, he just didn't care anymore. He didn't care to buy the granola anymore, and that's when I knew it was over. I was like, and the lawyer's like, wow, they're really honest because they can lie to their therapist,
And they do.
but they cannot lie to their lawyer. So she had no reason to lie to her lawyer, and she said that's when she knew that, Shakira was her jelly. This is
Well, that's how
granola.
she knew somebody was in her house.
Exactly.
Damn.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a different
Yeah.
story.
I actually didn't know that, by the way.
Yeah, so if you're
Oh,
gonna
no.
cheat,
Yeah, I didn't
go
understand.
to hotel rooms. Don't be
Yeah,
cheating in your
don't.
own house. Don't be animals. For crying out
Oh my
loud.
God.
Don't bring them to the house. That's gross.
Oh
Yeah, so
my
if you stop buying wedding rings, I'm going to
That,
say
that's
that
the granola.
that's the granola.
That's your granola. How did you know it was
I
over?
would prefer
Hista?
you don't lose it, but
I trust me. I don't want to go buy $9 rings every single time I lose
Right.
one. You know what I mean?
almost
But-
at $1 million.
no, I really had to be economical when it came to these. There's at the mall. You get them for $12, and it got up to the point where I'm buying 3 at a time, just in case I lost them. Just get another one.
Well, you're working out now, so you need
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, same. I switch it out. I have the rubber one too. When I
Oh,
work
yeah?
out. Yeah.
Okay.
I actually kind of like the rubber one a little better.
Yeah, all right. I like this one too. I really like that. So, guys,
Yeah.
listen.
We'll have a backup plan, guys.
Yeah, just get a couple of these. Get a couple of these, and just they're $9 at Amazon. I buy the 3-pack. You know what I mean? Just in case you lose, you have another one ready.
You
keep
can
it-
wear a string. I don't care. As long as you have something that tells me, hey, I'm thinking about you. I think that's
Right.
special.
Yeah, so just any marking that says that's
so
my
any
property.
Not any.
Anything.
Let's pull that back a little
Right.
bit. I see where you're going with this.
There you go. No, well, if I had them as a couple in front of me, I would ask her, okay, if the ring is something he doesn't want to wear, what else would show you that he cares about the marriage?
Ah,
What else can we do? Because look, I'll be honest, I've never met one couple that's not willing to talk about it and figure out a problem. If you just literally bring it up, okay, if he's not willing to wear that, is there anything else that would show you that he cares about the marriage?
pay the mortgage. Pay the mortgage.
Literally, it could be whatever it is.
Yeah.
As long as you identify it, then he has something to do.
That is true. Because I do think about the mortgage. I think think about certain bills. I go, I better cover this. I better cover that.
Of course.
Yeah, there's somebody to account for.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna call me. Toxica's gonna be like, "Hey, what's up with the mortgage?"
Yeah.
See, that's the way I show you I love you.
And then the engine as well.
The engine, and it's
that's right.
okay. All right, guys, relax.
That's her granola.
Yeah, that's her granola.
Check
I'm
engine.
like,
Check engine.
oh. Starting to get worried now.
Oh no.
You have any questions?
Yeah, the engine. When is that?
No, I'm talking about
no.
I'm talking about the podcast for crying out loud.
All right, let's go a little bit harder, right? What do you do when another woman is flirting with your man, or vice versa, when somebody's flirting with your girl? Can you intervene? When is it okay to say, "Hey, knock it off"? Do you get in a fist fight, punch him in the face? What do you do?
Ooh.
Girls usually get toxic and catty,
Right.
but I mean, what's appropriate?
Yeah, what's
What
understandable
is the line? Like,
behavior when
crossing
it
the
comes to
line.
Well, I'll tell you this because I've ran into this problem in couple session before.
Okay, very good.
And it depends, and this is what I mean by this. Each couple is different. Some couples are more like they don't care, and their rule is, the expectation is on the partner that's being flirted with. If you're being flirted with, what our understanding is. If they flirt with you, you shoot it down, you tell no, you get out of the way. Like, you do something to get out of the situation. It's not up to the partner who's watching. It's up to the person, because that shows I'm interested in our marriage or relationship, and I'm not interested in this person flirting with me. So that's one way one couple handles it. The other couple that I've talked to, it's important for the person that's being flirted with. Hey, do I even matter to you? You're being disrespected in front of me. Are you going to jump in and do anything?
Yeah, that's true.
So it depends, because some people are different. And so I'm always a fan of put it out in the open, put the cards on the table. What is important to you? If this is happening, are you the type that, no, if my girlfriend's getting flirted with, she has to shoot it down, because if she doesn't, that's showing me something. And there's other couples, again, the opposite, the ones like, hey, intervene. You need to talk about it before.
Yeah, like you need to negotiate. Like, don't go flirting with some big buff guy and then go, "Are you gonna let him?"
I know,
Look, he's
please
babe.
don't.
Like, there's no need for me to go to the hospital right now. Like, let's talk about it. We're gentlemen.
So intervene up to a weight class.
Exactly. Okay, so I have a question for you though.
Okay.
What if, for example, you've been out of the game, you haven't flirted with a woman in I don't know how many years, and you're clueless of what this person is doing, but your wife is like, "Are you kidding me? She's grabbing your hand, she's holding your shoulder," and you're like, "What are you talking about?" You're completely clueless because you're not even going that way. You're like, "I was doing the estimate on the garage, like." Or I was trying to book her for a show, and you're like, "But the way she looked at you and the way and you're like, "What are you talking about, Toxica? Like, what are you, this is not, like, I don't know what you're talking, like, the guy is clueless of what she is talking about. Like, he never took it that way. But of course, as women, I'm pretty sure you can tell when another woman is flirting with a man.
Oh, yeah.
Now, can we agree that there's a man that can be so stupid that doesn't know he's being flirted with?
Oh, absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, they're like, that's...
I mean, you can't be that.
No.
Clueless, right?
No. It's in a public place, by the way.
They're making out already, and it's
No,
I don't know.
No.
I mean, within reason, too.
Yes.
Come on.
In a public place.
Sure.
I'm talking about touching the shoulder, touching the hand, the you know what I mean? These are like subtle touching, and you're just like,
Is the woman hot or is she
she's
old?
hot.
That depends.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Yeah, yes. Is she hot or is she ugly? Dude.
Or a grandma. Is she a grandma?
Yeah.
She could be like, "Ay, mijo."
Exactly. Keep that same energy for grandma. Keep that same energy for grandma.
She could be a gilf.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But is the man guilty at this point?
Not necessarily. Here's one thing I'll say, especially if we're having a lot more women viewers. You know, wives or girlfriends, you can't get mad at someone for expectations that you never expressed to him in the first place. He's not a mind reader. You can't get angry at him with expectations that you did not talk about. Now,
He's not a mind reader.
No, I mean it, but that's where women get in trouble, the assumptions part of it. And I get it. Women and men are very different. And it's just biology. It's happening. I remember reading this funny study about the difference between boys and girls, and it kind of hints at this. They got kids from I think like 6th grade, not even 6th grade, that's too young. Like 8-year-olds, 6 and 8-year-olds around that range. And they had them split into boys and girls group, and they had them play recess. And the study was basically watching the kids play with each other. The girls playing with the girls, boys playing with the boys. And once the recess was over, the researchers counted how many times they get in a fight with each other. And then they asked all the girls, hey, how many fights did you get into in the recess? And they asked the boys, how many fights did you get into in recess? And guess what happened? The boys said, I don't know, like once or twice. And the researchers counted like 6. Then they go to the girls, and they're like, hey, how many fights did you get into? And every single girl without fail, like 6 or 8. The researchers only counted like I think 2 or 3. Mm-hmm. And they asked the girls, interesting, what did you consider a fight? And the girls would say this, the way the girl looked at me. Or, she said something with like kind of a attitude, a passive-aggressive thing.
Yeah.
Such little subtle details, and that tells you the difference. So women are very subtle in their communication. So when they see another woman flirting and it's low-key, they get it. They know what's going on. As guys, we're dumb. We're very straightforward. So if someone's being subtle with us, we literally sometimes don't catch it because that's not what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, of course. We're looking for minus plus, 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0. It has to make sense. This box fits this box. When you go, ooh, it's curvy. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm flirting. Oh, is that why this one's purple? Yes, I'm flirting. Oh, do you understand? Especially if you've been out of the game. Like if you're in the game, if you're constantly flirting and you can pick up on these signs on women, I feel sometimes when I do some of these safety meetings that the ladies are flirting with me and I just don't catch it until they start laughing at me. Does that make sense? Like they'll say something.
That giggle.
Yeah. Like they'll say, ay, señor, like something cuando usted me diga. And they're like, ha, 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 ha. And I'm like, wait, did you mean something dirty? Like, I want to go back and say, like,
how old are these ladies?
Yeah, old. I'm talking old ladies. Like, they just
These
get
are
their
40.
kick.
Yeah.
No, but, I mean, son señoras. And I'm like, all right, lady. All right. I guess they're flirting. I don't know. I have no clue, but okay.
Apparently.
He's got his demographic, though. Good for him.
Yeah.
Where is this warehouse again?
There you go, right, Toxica.
I already told him, you'll break all their windows. I'm not guilty. You knew about it.
You've been knowing.
You knew about the affair. You should have told me.
So speaking about intervening, right, with other people and when it's good time, I have a situation where there's this, they're a living couple. They're not married. They're a living couple. They're getting serious. Obviously, they're already living together. She's having trouble with her family now, having some issues where they're pulling her in. She's trying to solve the he says, she's like, she's getting in the middle as a mediator, right? And she's coming home, bringing those problems with her. And now the boyfriend's watching her suffer. Now he's kind of hurting. He doesn't know what to do. When is it okay for this person to intervene and to the parents and tell them, hey, it's hurting my girlfriend or person, right? It's hurting my person. It's hurting me. She's not going to tell you when to stop, but you're overstepping now. Like you need to stop. So when is that okay to ask? Is it ever okay to intervene with your significant other's parents? Probably.
Yeah.
Cultures might be different. There's a lot of that going on, and how does that affect the person seeing it from the outside in the long run? How does it?
Do they live together? Boyfriend and girlfriend live together?
They're living together, yeah.
Okay, so now
No kids, no nothing.
But still, they're both responsible for each other at that point. Do you understand? Like we both have to pay the rent, we both have to pay the bills, we both have to be accountable to each other, regardless of a piece of paper as marriage. So, what is your thought on that?
I agree. I agree that every person should be responsible for themselves. But since you're in a partnership, I will say, if you're noticing that your partner is taking on more than they can bear due to because personality issue, like they don't have a strong enough character to just say no, right? They're having issues with boundaries. I think it is appropriate. I would personally actually talk to the girlfriend first to assess, like, hey, like you're taking on too much than you can handle. Like you're starting to get stressed out. It's starting to come to the house. Like you really need to set some boundaries and start saying no. I know that's your family, but this is a long-term relationship that may or may not lead to marriage. I don't know. Let's just assume they're happy. And you know, we're working towards this. You're my priority, so I should be your priority as well. And if this is starting to affect our relationship, we need to do something about that. And so I would go with the girlfriend first in this case. Ask or let them know you're taking on too much. Can I help you? What do you need help in? Because that's where you can get yourself in trouble too. If you go behind her back and just start talking to the parents, you might piss off the parents, and then you might piss off your girlfriend because you overstepped your boundary.
Yeah.
Even though it was for a good intention, you'll get yourself in trouble. So I think you're better off go through the girlfriend first, see if you can figure a game plan with her because you're better off together. And if for whatever reason she's being stubborn or is too afraid to do anything, offer. Do you want me to jump in? Do you want me to take the lead on this situation? Because I can say no to your parents. I don't have an issue. Because again, I think doing it together is best. Going rogue and trying to fix it without involving your partner will get you in trouble generally.
Sure.
I have a question. I believe that you can encourage them to be strong, motivate them, be their support, their rock. If this fails, you're not gonna hit rock bottom. I'm here. I'll catch you, but I'm here to back you up. But at the end of the day, for example, if I have my wife and I tell her, hey, I want to talk to your family because I know you're not strong enough, and she agrees with me and says, okay, we'll talk to my brothers. I go to her brothers and I tell, hey, listen, guys, you guys are kind of overstepping boundaries. This is too much. She's coming home stressed, this and that. So the brothers are now like, all right, well, we'll step off, this and that.
Right.
Now, she then goes, okay, guys, how can I help you? Blah, blah, blah,
Right,
blah, blah.
right.
And I'm like, did I just look like an a-hole?
Right,
in front
right.
of your family?
Yeah.
Like, didn't we just have a full-on conversation of,
Right.
like, we're going to set boundaries, babe, and we're together. And then now you just went back and did exactly what I told your brothers that you were not going to do.
Yeah.
And you need to not go. So I feel betrayed as a husband. I'm like, you know what? Then why am I helping you?
Of course.
Like, this is really going to become a very, like, touchy subject, guys. So once you make that decision of going, okay, he's there to help me, we're going to do this, and we're going to make that decision, you cannot betray your partner at that point. You have to understand, like, he stepped out. He really went out on the limb. He overstepped his boundaries with your family. He understands that maybe their relationship will never be the same after this. Right. But he's willing to take that risk and go, because of what's going on with you. But now you backstab me.
No, I'm so happy you brought this up because this happens. I've actually had situations like that happen where you have the people pleaser and the husband jumps in, is the hero, speaks up for the family, and then she reverts back. She goes back on her word.
You just threw him under the bus and he looks like the worst, horrible person in the world. Like, yeah, it's him. It's Richard. Yeah.
Right.
She loves us. It's him. He's trying to separate
He's the
us.
one.
Yeah, he's the one.
She shouldn't even know.
Exactly.
Right,
when they don't know, we actually had a conversation about them.
She was the one that wanted this.
Yes, of course, because she's carrying all this pressure. But what is it? It's cultural.
Yeah.
Some reasons why you still need to be involved with your parents. I think it's more Americanized where you go, dude, it's their problem. I'm not gonna deal with it. But here, I think we take it more personal.
Oh yeah.
I think we just let it go. I mean, you have to realize what your inner circle is, and that's really your partner. That's it.
That's true.
Oh yeah. And that actually reminds me of a situation earlier this week. I talked to someone. I'll just leave it blank. But she was telling me she just finished breaking up. She has 2 kids with her ex-boyfriend, and they were together for a very long time. And she gives me a call, and sometimes, like, I'm the type of therapist that sometimes, like, if it's an emergency or you just genuinely have a question, shoot me a text or bug me, and I can give you 5 minutes. I 10 minutes max, but I can answer your question. And sometimes people will call me, and she called and she basically said, you know, I'm doing better, but my family just made it worse. They initially had my back. They were happy we broke up because they didn't, you know, jive with him. They didn't like him. But now I'm having this hard time because I'm grieving this relationship that was like 10 plus years. I'm just not going to get over it overnight. So, you know, she's sad. She's depressed. Normal. I mean, that's normal.
Yeah.
Here's the issue. She's Mexican. Her mom literally told, you know, she opened up to her sister about her struggles, wanting to go back to her ex, but knowing it's not good. And then that same day, I believe, her mom, they went out and she told her, hey, if you get back with your boyfriend or ex or whatever, count me out of your life. It's over. Like, you're going back to him, the family's gone. You don't have the family's back anymore.
That's horrible.
That's
now,
hard.
Hold on, before we continue with the horrible.
Of course.
Who is her ex-boyfriend? If he is the one that brings the cops over, drive-bys, always drops drugs here, always coming in with stolen merch, always having my daughter, the kids, he's the one that brings all this trouble here. You finally broke up with him.
Sure.
And now you want to bring him back to our lives? Meaning the kind of damage that this person brings to our lives, the destruction he attracts when he's around.
Right.
We do not need it here. I'm sorry. I have loved ones. I have kids. I don't need somebody coming and trying to shoot him. That's going to shoot our family.
Right.
Meaning there are boundaries to this thing.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like, there is a reason why she is saying that also. I don't want people to go, what a monster. No, hold on.
Or they're always breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting back
No,
together.
Right.
or beating her. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's brutal as a parent, as a father, to see your daughter beat every day, and you're like, leave him, and she's like, no, I love him.
Right.
Like, do you understand? Or now, if he starts beating me, or starts beating my wife, starts beating the kids, do I want that monster here? No. Once you want to bring him back, then you go do it on your own. I don't need this in my life. Now, does that make sense?
Right,
You have to be safe too. Don't go, oh, well, I guess I have to give him a chance. No.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we got to know who we're dealing with.
That's true.
No, and it's good. Look, context is key.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said it. If it's this abusive partner or someone who constantly cheats or brings chaos into
Yes.
the parent has every, or the family has every right
And
to
I'm
speak
talking about
up.
my brother, by the way. I'm talking about my brother.
Right,
Like, that's who, like, dude, I love him to death. He's my brother, but no, I don't want you here. We don't need you here. I'm sorry. You bring chaos.
Yeah. No.
Until you are a person that doesn't bring chaos, you're welcome.
Yeah, no, exactly. And you know, I in that context that you said, that's perfectly acceptable, and actually I would probably say I would encourage it.
Yes.
If this is a partner who's crazy, brings chaos, brings issues, you have every right as the parent or as a family member to be like, yeah, no, like don't count me out of it. You know, in this case, at least with my patient, they just didn't like him from the get-go. I met the guy.
Okay.
For the most part, he's not an abusive person. He was just someone who's very wishy-washy, kind of like, I want to be with you, but I don't want to be. It's just dumb, right? And the issue that happened was, you know, being from a Hispanic culture, and we do talk to a lot of Hispanic or Mexican people, people of the older generation are pretty terrible at communicating stuff. What I took that as was, we don't want you to go back to and make a mistake and go back with this guy. It's a dumb decision. That's really what I took it as. But they said it in such a heavy-handed way, like, if you get back with them, it's over with us. Don't count on having a family anymore.
Wow.
Does that sort of make sense?
Yeah.
And so that's where I will say, you know, if anyone is in a situation like that where the parents are a little too heavy-handed, give them grace that they're probably not doing a good job of communicating that.
Yeah. Maybe talk to them and say, listen, these are the reasons why I'm thinking of this. And but just keep in mind also, if your parents are saying, we don't want him here, think about your significant other and go, is he trouble? Is he the one that brings the mayhem? I can understand and I can empathize a little bit with my parents why they wouldn't want him here. He always, our house gets shot every time he's here. Like, he ruins every quinceañera, every bautizo. Anywhere you invite him, he ruins that party.
Oh, yeah.
He is the cholo that when he shows up to a quinceañera, they're here, bro. Wow. They're ruining it. Oh my God. But yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
I went really far.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Well.
Next question, guys. I have a person that lives with her mom, and her mom takes care of her child. She wants to know if she should pay for her care, for her taking care of her daughter, even though she doesn't want to take the money. So, the mom's taking care of her child. She doesn't want to take any money, but she wants to know, should she be paying her some kind of money, monetary?
Yeah.
Because she's living with her, but she doesn't want to take any money. What's a good? I mean, in the long run, after a while, I don't know if is that fair for a parent to be doing that? I mean, technically, that's not her kid. She didn't decide to have this baby. Now she's taking care of her because the daughter's working or whatever reason.
Yeah. I guess I would say this. If the mom doesn't want to take like monetary stuff, like money, and the daughter is insistent on like, I just want to pay her, I don't think it's fair. I would tell the daughter, talk to your mom. Okay, you don't want to take money. Is there anything that I can provide for you as because I'm thankful. I have a lot of gratitude that you're helping me out. Can I show you my gratitude by doing something for you? You know, I could be as simple as like, I'll go get your car washed, or I don't know, just something to make me feel like I'm doing something back for you because you're doing something nice for me.
Right.
You know, is there an alternative? If it's not money, what else can I do? You know, because people, I like my mom's kind of the same in that way. She'll never accept money. Mm-hmm. But I know if we do something helpful or even just spending time with her, because that's her love language, like quality time, talking, that's payment for her. So that's what she appreciates. So yeah, I would maybe take that approach.
I like that.
Yeah, time.
Okay.
Time.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Time is something you can't put money on, price on. Time. So the time that you take away from her by her taking care of your kid, how do I give her back that time? And what you just said, wash your car. What happened? I don't have to spend an hour and a half washing my car. He just took that time. Oh, so I guess I get to sit down. Cut the grass. Oh, he cut the grass.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, I don't have to cut the grass. So he gave me time back. The time that he took away from me by me taking care of my grandkid, he's giving it back to me by showing me, oh, here's your time back. I will do the things that you used to do. Yeah. And that's it. I think that's fair. I think if you give them back their time, that's fair if they don't want to take money. But you should always pay.
What if it's that person that's always dropping off the kid, taking off? They don't live with you, right? But they're always dropping off the kid. Just here, mom. And then they leave the baby there for like 10, 12 hours. Never leave any food. Never leave anything. Just bye. I mean, those people exist. I've seen them.
A lot of
and
them.
then I've heard grandmas go, ni me paga, mira, nomás me trae la niña y nomás me la deja ahí, pobrecita.
Mira,
ni me la bañaron.
Ni comida, ni nada. Toda hambrienta la pobre.
No, mira,
ay,
pobrecita,
mija,
le tengo
vete,
que
no
dar de
tiene
comer.
madre, no tiene madre.
I mean, grandma loves that, right? Grandma loves it because they get to love on their babies, right? But also don't take advantage of that help. Some people do take advantage of that help.
They do. You know, can I be honest with that situation? Because I've ran into that. Because like I said, I've ran into just about every situation you can think of, right?
Please be honest.
One of the things I'll say is the parent that's taking care of the grandchild because the kid keeps doing that. Often, I'm not saying every situation, but it's something to at least think about. Are you enabling your kid to make stupid decisions and be able to go party or go out and do stuff like that? Like, it's one thing if they're working all the time. They're being responsible. They just need help.
You go to school, you go to work.
Exactly.
I get it. Right now, there's a period in your life where you need the support.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, you should totally be there.
Perfect sense, right?
Yes.
But if you're out there just drinking, hanging out with friends, going to concerts, living a single life, it's like as the grandparent, you have to set some boundaries because look, that's the thing too. When it comes to boundaries, people sometimes will you risk them getting offended or not liking you when you set boundaries.
Okay, now it's easier said than done.
Oh, absolutely.
See, we just told them set boundaries.
Right.
There's a grandma listening to this going, sí, pendejo, ¿y cómo? How do I set boundaries with my
She
daughter?
feels bad for
Because
that baby, you know?
the moment I snap at this daughter of mine or this son of mine, me lo va a quitar.
Y se lo va a llevar a sabe
No,
quién.
no, forget that. He'll leave him outside in the car. She'll leave him outside in the car instead of bringing him here. Do you understand? If something happens to my grandbaby, I'm going to feel so guilty that I because of my attitude now, he, instead of being with grandma, he's in someone's car or in somebody, se lo llevó con él. Do you understand? So the guilt of the grandmother hits is I shouldn't have snapped at my kid. So it's easy to set boundaries. Yeah, it's easy to set boundaries, but you also have to understand what you just said. You have to put boundaries and put limits where you go, I'm sorry, mijo. I'm sorry, mija.
Yeah.
I'm not their dad. I'm not their mom. You are. Like, you got to take care of this kid and you got to grow up. Like, as parents, you got to grow some balls. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And just really talk to your kids and make them understand this is reasonable. Exactly. And if you can't understand reason, then I'm sorry, I can't help you. But also understand that comes where he takes him away, she takes him away.
Of course.
And you don't get to see your grandkid. But if you don't do this, it's going to be worse. Trust me, she'll never take care of that kid. She'll never grow up, or he'll never grow up and be responsible. They need wake-up calls like this.
Of course. You said it perfectly. I mean, you have to actually do something about it, right? Boundaries isn't... In this situation, you have to do something a little bit bigger, a little bit more drastic, and actually speak up and just be like, if you're working or if you are going to school, doing something productive, no problem. I'll take care of the kid. If you want to go out and party every Friday, don't count me as a babysitter.
No.
You have to put your foot down because, look, they're the ones coming to you for help, not the other way around. You have the leverage, and I have to tell grandparents that really often. You have the leverage in the situation. They can only manipulate you by making you feel bad, generally. But you're the one that they're coming to help for you. So you get to decide terms. And so if you put your foot down, like you said, you can get some.
And listen, and set deadlines, because you work towards those deadlines. As a grandparent, you go, okay, you're going to school, mija, you're going to work. That means you're going to graduate, right? Okay, that means in 4 years. Like, te vamos a ir hasta los 4 años.
Yeah.
Like, you understand? Like, you got to do your job too. Like, you can't be messing around. You can't take one class a semester, and the rest is you're chilling at the community college. You can't take community college for 8, 9, 10 years. You know what I mean? Just because you have good babysitters. Right. And then at night you get to hang out. No, that's not how it works. You don't get to just use me as an excuse. So during the week, you can go hang out with your friends and use the excuse, I'm going to school, and you never graduate. That's not fair either, guys. If you set a deadline, meet it. And it's fair if they back you up from that point on. But after the 6th year and they're like, natas pendeja, you're not going to school. Don't get mad either. Don't use excuses. They never supported me. They did. And we had a deadline. It was 4 years.
Right, exactly.
And you're the one that was messing around. I'm sorry. That is life. Your parents did their job already. Mm-hmm. Apparently not that good, because you're very ungrateful.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. You can't blame anybody else, too.
All right. I'm going to make sure I don't do that.
Okay.
I know you're like feeling called down. Okay.
Okay, no more clubbing.
No more clubbing. God.
All right. So moving on to our finale question. Is it okay for my mother-in-law to tell me what I should spend my money on? So this person lives with the girlfriend and her parents, her family. They're about to have a baby. Should the mother-in-law be telling this person?
Is he buying drugs? What is he buying? Like, I mean, I would, if it was a mother-in-law and I see you buying crack, I'd be like, hey, not a good idea. You're having a baby. Don't buy crack.
I think this person's buying season tickets, like packages.
Oh,
really?
Like what is it? What are
the
they called?
sports.
Sports, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
like,
season
the
tickets for the
season
Lakers, for the
season,
Raiders, for whatever.
For the year.
Yeah, for the year. So season tickets. Those are not
And-
cheap, bro. Those are, you're talking about like.
So yeah, but this person like helps around the house and he's having a baby though, and he's living with the girlfriend and.
He helps around somebody else's house, not his house.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
yeah.
the first point. That's
You're
the
like,
first,
oh.
That's the first point.
This is the first
I don't
point.
care how much you help. It's not your house. Well,
But that's his money, bro.
that is his money, but I need you out of my house.
Yeah. I think that's a big one. You said it perfectly. No, he can spend his money however he wants, but he needs to understand he's affecting other people around him now. If he keeps making stupid decisions where he doesn't leave the possibility open to succeed and leave, because that's the point. You need to leave and have your own home. If he's doing a bunch of money spending behavior, then you're affecting people around you. You're becoming a burden to the mother-in-law.
It's just season passes.
No, I know, but assuming, right? But I would tell the person, look, your parents or even your mother-in-law or father-in-law, they can tell you whatever you want, whatever they want, really. If they have concerns, by all means, they should be able to talk to you like an adult. But if they're starting to tell you what to do and they're starting to get kind of like helicopter parents, all right, set boundaries. Let them know, like, hey, like, thank you, but I'm good. I'm good.
I don't think you can.
Right?
I don't think
No,
so.
my thinking is this. I need you out of my house. Do you understand? You're marrying my daughter. You're having a kid. I need you to grow up. And what I see the behavior that you're using is I still live with mommy and daddy, and I'm going to spend my money on tickets. No, you do not get to buy. The season package that you bought could have got you the first and last month's rent for a small apartment where you can be independent and nobody tells you what to do. And you can do whatever you want. And then next year, let's see if you can afford those season fees. Why? Because now you're paying real rent. Now you're paying real bills. You don't want me to tell you how to spend your money? Then get out of my house. And you can do whatever you want.
That's right.
Okay,
I'ma tell
do you
Oli's
understand?
boyfriend that.
You understand? You don't want me to interfere in your money? Then get you yourself out of my house.
Of course.
Because right now it is my house, not your house. Until you don't get to set boundaries in my house.
Sure.
You get to set boundaries at your house. Right now my boundaries is I need you out. And that's the only boundary she needs to set. The date when he gets out.
No.
It.
I agree. I think let me take a step back to clarify. They can tell you whatever they want to tell you as because that's their house.
Yeah.
If they get rude, that's where you set boundaries. Hey, don't be disrespectful.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, I'm more on his side in the sense of like, no, the goal is that you get the hell out.
Yeah.
Eventually, grow up, basically.
Yeah, season tickets is not enough. I want season tickets. You know why I can't have them? Because of her. She won't let me buy them. She'll go, that's local. We need to pay off the truck.
I need a new car, bro.
Yeah, see?
I know.
Gotta check engine lights.
Yeah, see? Can we stop with the check engine light?
That's what happens when you pay big people adulting bills.
Yes.
Go and
Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no. You gotta adult sometimes, and you gotta adult. Like,
or have the season ticket sent somewhere else.
you know what would be smart if I would sell those season tickets for more because now.
Now imagine
No,
if
you
you
can-
turn to your mother-in-law and go, "Hey, listen, relax. I doubled my money. I am working
that would
on
be
this."
gangsta.
That would be gangster, man.
Hey.
And he goes, "Hey,
Hey, that's
yeah,
true.
hey, you don't know what kind of moves I'm
I got
making.
I got
You
two
don't know, man.
apartments. I'm renting those out.
I'm getting a duplex, baby. That's what I'm heading for."
Oh damn.
What if he's renting out apartments and he's over here
Right?
like, I'm making money on the side, girl.
That's just big brain.
I have
brain energy.
Uber Eats. You don't know me.
Right, I just want a babysitter.
Damn, like
Then,
that.
then I would say, then give me my money and get out.
Yeah, exactly.
Go get your own house.
Go to one of those apartments.
Ooh, I feel bad for Oli.
Oh no,
Right.
no. If we did it right, we shouldn't be facing these problems. If I did it right, my daughter should be mindful enough and thoughtful enough to go, no, I shouldn't do this. Like, this is not right. My parents didn't do it. I shouldn't do it. Like, we don't do that. That's not what we do. That's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, there's a lot of truth to that. Like how you parent is how the child's gonna come out. I mean, I have a patient who's Indian. You know, her parents are from India, and she was struggling. And I remember I was researching into like cultures because, like you said, right, cultures make a difference. And here's the interesting part: most people think white people make the most money in the U.S. It's like you haven't read stats. They're like in the middle. Do you know which race makes the most money? You'd never guess. I know the actual lineup for the most part. So number one in the whole U.S., the highest earners are Indian people. By far. Not even by a little bit. They make twice as much money as white people.
Really?
So I think something I remember reading the stats, the average household in an Indian house is about $120,000 a year. The next one is Asian people, like regular Asian, how we kind of see like Korean, Chinese, stuff like that. Yeah, 100,000. That's the average. And then I'm drawing a blank on third. I think it's Middle Eastern. Those are interchangeable, but it's Middle Eastern.
Can I put a perspective on this?
Sure.
In order for you to get the V1 visa or something like that, what is it, A1 visa?
Oh yeah. The
what is it called? It's a visa.
yeah, is it for people that are like schooling or
Yeah,
or,
they have
or-
certain skills that
Yeah.
are necessary for your company. So there was a moment where all the engineers from India came to the U.S. and it is easy to say they were the highest earner. Yeah, because we took in all the engineers.
Right.
See, Mexicans, we took all the farm workers.
Yeah.
No.
You're
Put
right,
this
though.
in
You're right,
perspective.
though.
Put
You're
this in
right.
perspective. Even though it's a smaller group, they're all engineers.
Of course.
That should let us know the education level. They came in. They didn't come in to pick up fruit.
Right.
They came in with a visa to do programming and coding.
Right.
Of course they make more money. Of course they're generating more because we took the cream of the crop of India of engineers and we brought them over here.
Yeah.
And we paid them a decent salary, and they generated the next generation of middle class kids. What happened with me is my dad was a paisa. He came here, he picked fruit, and then hopefully he goes to school and let's see what happens. With me, they threw seeds on the floor and said, "Let's see if something comes out." You know what I mean? With them,
Right.
you understood their kids already went to private schools by the time they hit the U.S.
You know, can I even add to that? Because you're actually saying the right exact thing. It's a cultural thing. What are they teaching
Yes.
the next generation?
Yeah.
And look, because I have a patient who's Indian. I get to watch it. I get to talk to their parents. I'm like, oh my God, my parents never treated me like that.
Yes.
They're very judgmental, and that's a good thing in their culture. They're trying to, because they're like, oh, I want to be an artist. Why? Like, they make you feel dumb for decisions like that.
Oh, Mexicans make you feel dumb too.
Right? but they don't. But the Indian parents follow through.
Oh, that is
They
true.
follow
That
through.
is true.
Mexicans will make fun of you, but they don't follow through to check your grade. Hey, how are your grade? No, Indian parents are helicopter parents. They check everything. If this patient even has like a B, that might as well be an F. They're like, what the hell's wrong? Like, why do you have a B? Like, that's how they are. And so if they're teaching that to their kids, is it any wonder that they're high earners? Now, they're more likely to be depressed. I do want to put that caveat.
Yeah. That is
They're
true.
more
The
likely to be
pressure- the
depressed. They're
pressure's
making
there.
a lot of money, but they're more depressed.
Yeah.
But it's a cultural thing. So what you do teach your kids, it really does matter and sets them up for success. So just kind of want to put out there a little bit.
It's crazy. Like there's a lot like Trevor Noah had a joke where he says, "My father would come to the U.S. and tell us, when I came to this country, I came with $10 in my pocket." And Trevor Noah would go, "Yeah, Dad, but your bank account was $1.5 million. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, yeah, you only had $10, physically $10, but your bank account was full."
That's pretty funny.
Who carries $1.5 million? Of course.
That's true.
Oh my God. Any
Wow.
more?
No, that was it. That concluded this week's questions.
That was questions. Okay, guys, remember, this is our number, guys. You can reach us while we're going live. You can call us. I wonder if it even worked. Did people call?
No,
Nobody called?
nobody called.
Nobody called, guys.
man.
Nobody. Not even to curse us out. Not even to promote your own shows.
No, but they can call and leave us messages, and we'll get their questions from there.
Oh, that
we
is
can
true.
answer them for next time.
Leave your message. We'll answer them.
You can text too.
Text will be better. That way we could answer you right away. Anything else we want to wrap this up? Anything else?
That's it for-
talk about?
that's it
That
for
is it?
me.
Anything you want to talk about? Anything interesting that happened in the week?
You know, okay, I got something I noticed working with a lot of my patients, like the female ones, young ones.
Okay.
It's really interesting. I saw a TikTok, so I actually want to hear everyone's opinion, if that's okay.
All right.
This TikTok was a guy giving advice to women how you should date, right? Like, what kind of man should you be looking for? And so he basically, I'm going to kind of butcher it, but this is basically what he meant. He said, okay, girls, if you're interested in a guy, look at that man, pretend that's your son if he was in the future, like an adult, and think to yourself, would that be the kind of man I would want my son to grow up to be like? And if the answer is no, stay the hell away from that man. And if the answer is yes, that's giving you an indication, okay, this guy's got something to him, like good qualities, probably. So I think that was personally, I thought that was a pretty
That's
good rule
really
of thumb.
valid. I like that.
I mean, I like it, but it's a little weird.
No, it's not.
Like
It's
in my mind, it's a little.
because remember, he will be a version of him,
No, of course, yeah.
or she will be a version of her. Oh, yeah, like
True.
you see what I mean. So you don't want that in your house. You don't want a biker meth addict. Maybe you shouldn't marry that guy, because that's probably what you're gonna have as a
But
kid.
if you do, it's all right. If you do want that.
Yeah, but understand that
For
you most
country, I guess.
likely the percentage of you getting a kid that's a
Yeah.
meth addict that rides motorcycles very highly. That's what Daddy did. Does that make sense?
That does. But also, we don't want a doctor that's a murderer, because that happens too. I'm listening to stuff like that. I'm just saying.
Listen, Toxica, you are
I
reading.
have to overthink. I have to overthink everything.
Listen, Irvin, can we talk about wives into murder mystery and all these like
Hey.
Oh,
horror,
it's a
like,
thing. It's a thing. It's a
right?
fetish at this point, to be honest.
It is a fetish. Like, why do you guys need to know how people got killed? Why do you need to know all these
I
details?
need to see what signs I need to look at.
I need to see what signs you're showing. Sheesh, I wouldn't even know.
Duérmete.
Duérmete.
What
All right,
happened?
guys. And then talking to Irvin, I told him October 4th we'll be at the Ontario Improv. So he said yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up these chairs on stage. And at the end of the show, if you guys want to bring your problems live, we'll answer them live. We're going to set up a time just to answer questions in the audience. Don't throw shit at us, please. We can see you. It's not Lupillo Rivera concert. It is us. We're just trying to answer questions. If you don't like the answer, I am sorry, sir, but it's the truth. No, bro, because you're talking about couples and chicas a tu madre. Relax.
Or you can bring you can ask anything that doesn't have to be relationship. Just advice on anything.
Yeah,
advice
Good
on-
questions.
yeah.
It could be parenting. It could be family, friends, friendship.
Yeah, but just don't get mad. Don't try to fight us or anything. Just keep it cool. Anything else you want to have before we wrap this up? No,
don't think
that's
so.
it. Listen, guys, this is awesome. Like I love doing these Tuesday nights. I get excited. My brother's excited too. The TikTok is up, the Twitter is up, the Instagram is up, the Facebook is up, the YouTube is up. Everything is up. We're about to launch this all this week. You're gonna get a bunch of. If you've missed other episodes, you can catch up. We're gonna load them all up. It's gonna be on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, all the platforms. So start looking for it. This is out now, and start adding, subscribing, and sharing. Thank you very much. This is Richard Villa.
And Irvin Juarez.
Bye-bye. A little bit of laughter.
And a lot of healing.
A little bit of humor, a lot of healing.
Yeah, there you go.
It's right there. A lot of humor. There you go. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.